Aloha, everyone. I'm Moana from the Jets, and I'm so excited to be here with Shawn Stockman with On That Note. Check out this next episode. I think you're going to love it.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of On That Note, the place where we speak a language we all understand, and that is music. I'm your humble host, Shawn Stockman, and today we have a very special guest with us. She is the vocalist and keyboardist for the amazing band, The Jets. Now, Moana, if I do any or say anything incorrect, please feel free to say,
Yeah, I'm not the keyboardist.
Okay.
I'm just one of the lead singers.
One of the lead singers. So there you go. Yeah. She is one of the lead vocalists of the amazing group, The Jets. This brother and sister group hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay. But personified the sound that ruled radio, the charts, and record sales in the 80s. Their youthful energy and family appeal made them popular on MTV and in teen magazines, while their mix of R&B, pop, and freestyle gave them crossover success. They've appeared all over TV award shows, and in 2025 are still touring the planet after 40 years. They personally helped shape who I am as a musician and inspired me to pursue my dreams of one day being a singer. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for one of the original members of the Jets, Mrs. Moana Wolfgram Fagna.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the trip, for flying out. I know you're busy. I've been keeping my eye on you guys, and you guys are busy bees. You guys are touring all over the place, doing cruises and going here and going there and all that other stuff. And I love it. I love the fact that you're still received after 40 years, because this industry can be fickle.
Yeah.
So to know that your music is still revered and still embraced as it should be makes me feel good. And it makes me feel good that there are people out there that still appreciate good music. So congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. That means a lot coming from you. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 40 years. So
yeah, right?
Appreciate that.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, I still feel like I'm 12. So
you're right. How about that?
And then my 6 kids remind me. Nope. 6
kids?
I have 6. I have 3 boys and 3 girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I think that kind of runs in the family. We're going to get into that. The kid production in this family is
elite.
It's elite. Yes,
yeah.
that is a great term. Yeah. It is elite. Now, so we're going to start. We're going to go back, way back in the time. This is a little segment I like to do. And we're going to start when you were a kid. Now, you were born of 17 children?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Mama Vake.
Yes, Vake, yeah.
And Papa Mike. Y'all put in that work. 17 kids is not an easy feat. That is crazy. So where do you fall in line?
I am right in the middle. I'm number 8.
You're number 8?
Yes. I mean, it's weird to say I'm number 8 and I'm the middle kid. 9 after me,
right.
You know?
That doesn't even sound real. There's 17 of you, same mom, same dad.
Well, actually, my mother and father, 10 girls, 7 boys. 2 boys died. And then they adopted 2 Samoan boys.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Are you Samoan?
I'm Tongan.
Tongan,
yes,
okay.
But I got 2 Samoan brothers. I mean, we're basically the same people.
Same
right. We love and hate each other, but
right.
we're
I was about
the
to
same
say,
people.
It's funny because we used to go on tour with these 2 guys in Australia. One was Tongan and one was Samoan. And when I say I was like an audience member of some of the most heated conversations.
Wow. Yeah.
They're going back in history. Well, yeah, we beat you in this war.
Yeah,
and
it's a tough one.
Yeah.
South Pacific history, you might get in trouble.
It's insane, but it's all love, obviously.
It is.
You know, they had their, they had internal family squabbles, I guess you could say, and you know, it's all good now.
If I'm doing the math right, there's 19, 17 plus 2.
Well,
yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, my mother had 2 that died, and she adopted 2 more because it just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't enough.
Know?
So she said, let me pick up 2 more, you know,
right.
Because we like a big family.
Octomom who?
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So
they came from the islands.
Right. Exactly.
They were immigrants in America, and in the islands, you know, there's not a lot to do. Raise big families, have a big plantation, right. And you just have a big old party when they came to America.
The one thing about Tongan people and Samoan folks is they are the most nicest, incredible human beings.
Yes.
I have such an affinity towards your culture.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Yes.
You stay on their good side, we good.
Oh yeah, you don't piss off.
Right. It's all love. But okay, so you're 8th. All right. So let's say let's go back to when you were like 10 years old.
Right.
With that big family, what was being played? Let's vision what music was being played in such a huge house of love and children running around. What did mom and dad play in the music that inspired you to make you feel like, you know what? I think I want to be a singer. What inspired you?
Let's see. There was a lot of music in the house. Polynesians love music in general. Everyone's very musically inclined. But at the time, 10 years old, it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was Donna Summers. It was, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5,
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any female vocalists that inspired you, like that you tried to emulate or vocalists that you loved?
It was, let's see. I'm trying to think. Roberta Flack. What's her name? Hopelessly Devoted. What's her name?
Wait.
Australian.
Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John. And of course, Donna Summers, Diana Ross.
Yes.
There were a lot of.
Yes. Well, again, you guys have beautiful voices. And I just wanted to know, with 17 kids, how did mom and dad pick who was going to actually be the group that was going to be the band? Who, what was the criteria of making the cut?
Well, we get to that point. My parents come to America in the 60s. They have 10 kids and they start to struggle. They love music. They're doing Polynesian shows on the side. And it's my parents that stumble on a variety show.
So your parents were musicians?
Yeah, they were musicians.
Okay.
And then they watched the Jacksons and the Osmonds. And that's when they said, we got to start a band. We love music. We got to do something we can do together. And that's kind of how it started. At the time, my brother was 12, Leroy. My brother, our parents sat us down in a family home evening, we call that. And they said, we're having a vote. At the time, my dad had a landscaping business and show business on the side. And he said, okay, we got to make a choice. Is it yard work or show business? And everybody was unanimous. I think I was only about 5 or 6, but the vote was unanimous, and it was music.
Yeah.
After that, he went to the store, picked up all the instruments, drum, bass, guitar, keyboards, brought it home. And our brothers came and said, what's this? And he said, well, you're on guitar and you're on bass. They
that was my
basically
next
designated,
question. Yeah. Who designated who? Okay, you're playing this, you're playing that, the whole night. And was it like one of those things where did they choose right? Then one of the kids says, yes, I've always wanted to play guitar, or I don't want to play bass.
No, the thing is, everything looked great, but nobody knew how to play anything. So my brother Leroy could play a little bit of guitar from mom, and he was the one assigned to teach everybody. So he learned off the radio how to play his guitar. Then he taught everybody else their instruments. Liz and I were the youngest at 5 and 6. We didn't play nothing for a while.
Yeah.
It was just that band.
Yeah.
Their first song was You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
Of course.
And then they did the Jacksons, the Osmonds.
Yeah.
And basically we were just little tour around at the little church buildings and little retirement homes and trying to get this band together. And then eventually my sister and I joined later on as little lead singers.
Yeah.
Little singers.
And while they were working out the band stuff, was mom and dad grooming you two as the vocalist? Like, did they have that vision in mind?
Well, we were a Polynesian review show, and we had this contract in the Midwest to go and be the Polynesian show at this Hawaiian Inn hotel. And it was a hotel chain in Des Moines, Iowa, Fargo, North Dakota, Minneapolis. So we go there and we're the show and do these shows all over these hotels, chains. And then it went bankrupt and we were stranded in Minneapolis. And that's when our parents said, I think we got to drop the Polynesian bit and just go all, top 40. And we ended up at the very last hotel. The manager felt kind of bad for these kids. He's like, you guys can play, but just, you guys are too young. Your dad has to be there. The boys can play in the band with Kat. And then you girls can come in and sing your little numbers and then sit by your dad. And that's kind of how we became like a little lounge band in Minneapolis. And it was right when Prince was coming out with Purple Rain.
Right. Now I was going to ask you, because the Minnesota music scene where you guys were raised has always been a melting pot of ethnicities. Like it's one of the very few places that I know that didn't really trip off of color or that type of background. Like you had black with white, white with black, the whole 9 yards. But when I first heard you guys, I had no idea that you were Polynesian. Like
nobody knew.
No, like
they really had never heard of Polynesians.
Yeah, like well, just listening to you guys on the radio, just sound like another funk band. As a matter of fact, Liz, you guys give me kind of vibes of Mary Davis from the SOS band.
Yes,
like just the sound
we
and
loved
everything.
SOS band.
Yeah. So it kind of gave us that energy. Not even knowing where you were from, but just knowing that you guys had that sound. But it was like, were you greeted as you guys were moving around? Eventually, when you guys made it and getting signed, were you greeted with that same shock when you moved outside of Minnesota? Like, were people looking like
where are they from?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when we went to New York, they thought we were Puerto Rican. When we go to California, they thought we were Filipino, or they thought we were Latino, or mulatto. Minneapolis, they just thought we were mulatto.
Right.
So, and the only Polynesians out there were the wrestlers. There was the Tongan Kid and Jimmy Snuka.
Right.
Nobody had heard of the rock. No, there was no rock back
Rick
then.
Steamboat.
And, you know.
right.
So being from Tonga or Samoa was like brand new to people. And we were good with that. We're from, Hawaii. We're all Polynesian. We're the Aloha people. We're where we roll with everybody.
And mind you, once we saw you, we were over it.
Yeah.
It was just more like a shock. It was more like, oh, okay. It was kind of like, all right, we get with that. Like it's funny because, and I wanted to ask you, what drew you to R&B music? Because R&B music to us, Black folks, is pretty much music that everybody can enjoy. So we don't trip off of color.
No.
Like we really don't. Like if you're good, you're good. Like white, black, or other. We don't care. But what drew the family?
I think it's my brothers were all big Earth, Wind & Fire fans off the bat. We listened to R&B was kind of a natural thing. We just navigated to. Now, when we got our record deal with MCA, it was what's his name? Gerald Busby.
Yeah.
That had signed us.
Gerald
he was the
signed
president
us
of Motown.
That's right.
And we were signed to the black department. That's when record companies like split.
Right, yes.
It was black. There's a black department.
Yes, we remember that well.
Yeah, and our manager was a white guy who happened to be like retired from Motown. He was not planning to come back into the industry, but we were in Minneapolis. We were a lounge show, and we were looking for somebody who had connections.
Yeah.
And we bugged him so bad that he finally ran out of excuses and just said, okay, let me see these kids, and then I can be done with this. He stumbles on us in a lounge, and he goes, that voice. He heard my sister Liz, and he couldn't believe she was like 11. So he came the next night and was like, this voice is different, and they're all self-contained.
Yeah.
This is a real band.
Yeah.
That's what convinced him to sign us. He's the one that pitched us to Gerald Busby, and he took a chance. I mean, they didn't know what to do with us off the bat, but they put us in the R&B market, released Curiosity without a cover, so they would just see if the music would do its thing.
Yeah, it's funky.
Yeah. And
now being from Minnesota, like, has there been any interaction or crossing with Prince or Jam and Lewis or those guys that were basically the kings of that city at that time?
It was David Z.
Yeah.
He produced Prince's Purple Rain and a few of his records. He was our producer. He had worked with our former manager, Don Powell.
Okay.
And he's the one that was like, let's take this on. These kids are very talented. They need a look. They need a sound. We were so young, we didn't know how to formulate anything musically.
Yeah.
So we definitely took our tips from him. They packaged us and kind of helped us hone our craft.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can hear the influence. It was heavy, just that whole thing. And like I mentioned, like it was the sound that basically ruled the charts. We all loved it. The whole country loved it. And what was coming out of Minneapolis was coming out of nowhere else.
Right. And Prince had everybody was looking at Minneapolis. Well, the Jets happened to be at the right place at the right time when we got discovered, and people were just focusing on that sound. Curiosity, the songwriter, actually took that bass line from Roddick City. And that's how he came up with Curiosity. So there's definitely a lot of Prince influence. In fact, a lot of the musicians that played on our record were all musicians that work with Prince.
They were amazing.
So yeah,
they were amazing.
Yeah, it was
and
awesome.
The production was, like I said, it was top notch, and it made you move. Now, one of your biggest songs, and this came from the horse's mouth because I actually watched this on your YouTube channel. You Got It All.
Yes.
Liz hated the song when she heard it.
I mean, we heard it in a demo form, white guy singing it super slow, and we're both 10 and 11.
Okay.
And they're like, what do you think? You like this? And I'm like, Liz, you got this,
You passed it on to Liz.
Right. Well, Liz was designated to do most of the singing at that time.
Right.
And she just had a hard time. I mean, when you're 11, you do not understand what love is.
Yeah.
They have you singing this love song. It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
And she didn't get it. I think the older we've gotten, we both sing that and we both like appreciate it more. But at the time when you're 11, you want the fast stuff.
Right.
You know, you want to hear the stuff that moves, not the slow stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny how music can translate even with children, because I mean, I don't think Michael Jackson ever went through half of the stuff that he was going through when he was 10 years old, but somehow he delivered it. He channeled an adult sensibility to make adults even feel it. And you guys held that same distinction. You guys
they had a puppy, you know, Liz couldn't get it. She was, intonation was right. The timing was on, but the emotion, he was having a tough time. And he finally just said, if you ever lost a puppy, how would you feel? You know, and if you had to give that up and, you know, is there a replaceable, you know, and it gave her at least a vision and some type of thing she could sing to.
Wow.
And that's how she's saying You Got It All with that in mind.
I mean, her singing that at like 10, 11 years old, you guys' voices were very mature.
I think it's that Polynesian blood. Maybe.
Yeah. It was very airy and full. Yeah. Like I would have never thought you guys were that young. I knew you were young, but I didn't think that you were like that young.
Well, I think it's all the bars we played in, all the smoke, give you that little rasp. Like, seriously? We were in those clubs. In fact, every time I smell a casino, I'm like, this brings deja vu. Like, I'm back in my, because we sang so much in bars and nightclubs before we were the Jets.
Wow.
So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But
super soulful. And like I said, it passed because as Black vocalists or Black people, we're used to hearing that sound. So again, hearing you guys for the first time, we just instantly knew that you guys were from Detroit or like Ohio or something like that. You know what I mean? Because of the heft and the thickness. Like I'm personally a fan of alto singers anyway. Like I think there's a distinct, because I feel like, you know, I feel like that with guys too. And maybe because I'm a little jealous because I can't sing that high. But like I think vocalists that sing really high, it's like a kind of a cheat code. Like, okay, I'm not getting them right now. So let me go, oh my God, that was so great. Like, I mean, yeah, it was good. But, you know, to be able to keep people's attention, like a Sarah Vaughan or somebody like that who can just
Well, that means a lot because Liz, we went to the little music class. We only went to school till we were 5th grade. But our music teacher told Liz, she tried out for a lead at this little play and she said, you know what? I think you'll do great, but maybe singing's not your thing. And this was, you know, because she had a very low voice for a 10-year-old. Everybody else is singing up in that register. But her and I couldn't hit those notes.
Well, that was a very good music teacher. Apparently you didn't hear it.
It's a whole different thing today. That alto tone is really nice.
Yeah, but
it's easy on the ears too.
It really is. It's so warm and just naturally analog. But for a music teacher to tell somebody that they can't sing just because they can't sing high, it's not the best music teacher. A music teacher should be able to hear all types of tones. So silly you, Mrs. Crabtree.
She'd be correct if she heard me sing though.
Right.
So she'd be like, yeah, do you play sports?
You might want to.
Do you throw a ball?
Now, you guys are out on the road, got signed to Gerald Busby. Who was the first big icon that the Jets opened up for?
Oh, the first one was Tina Turner.
Oh, wow.
And it was a race. There was a group that had won on Star Search. We didn't make the cut. We had auditioned for Star Search, didn't make it. Another Minneapolis band got on and made it, Limited Warranty. And we were from Minneapolis. And they said, there is a show Tina's doing in Ames, Iowa. You guys are going to race. Whoever gets there first gets to warm up for Miss Tina.
Whoa.
And,
it's a real race, like a rat race.
Yeah, like
real race.
And we both scrambled to try to get there. And the Jets made it 20 minutes ahead of the other band. we got to
go.
Right. And we had just seen her perform. A manager took us to see her. And I was just blown away at this woman who could hold the crowd, like the whole arena. If you've seen Tina, you know, like, so yeah, we were We were
That's
destined
amazing.
What year
to
was
get
this?
there.
It was
This
destiny.
I think it was 85,
This is like prime
84,
Tina.
85.
That's
Jets
prime
came
Tina.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was,
I think
Private Dancer,
Right.
Tour,
Private Dancer.
right.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
so she was the first one we warmed up for. And then BB King.
So not
And
BB King. Oh,
Yes.
just
Two
just
of them
threw
right
that
off the
away.
bat.
Like, and BB King too. But anyway,
Right. No, I meant it out of respect. We
Yeah,
had
right.
seen he was this blues legend, and
that's awesome. And that was your first opening act gig?
for a big group, yeah. And it's still an honor that we feel honored to say we never did anything else with Tina or
Yeah.
BB, but that was just
That was
like
enough.
we could check that off on the list and say
Absolutely. There's not a lot. I can't say that.
yeah.
Tina.
I can't say I opened up for Tina Turner or BB King.
That's
at
really
all.
cool.
Like that's a very, very great distinction. Now, being in a group with brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
there's got to be funny anecdotes on the road.
Oh,
Like, did you get tired of them? Like, did you like?
Oh, I did mention we're Polynesian. We got a little temper up in there. So, and you're with each other every day. It
Yeah.
can be very redundant. We got 5 older brothers that are bossing us girls around all the time. We had a lot of crazy times. There is one funny one, Delius Kennedy from All for One. He's the
Okay.
lead singer of All for One. I guess he was a huge fan of the Jets back in the day before he became an artist.
Okay.
And he was working at Great America in New Jersey. And he said, "Can I please clean the bleachers before the Jets show?" They assigned him to clean the bleachers while we were doing sound check. And he said, "Too bad I didn't have a device back then." But he said, "We're on stage sound checking." And he sees one cymbal fly. Then my brother throws drumsticks and there's a full-blown fist fight on stage. And he's like, "I can't believe the Jets are fighting up there. They're like having a full-blown family fight."
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, we had a lot of fun family fights.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get tired of each other and
Yeah.
just stressful. My brother Heine had just gotten married. He didn't want to be on the road anymore. His wife was about to have a baby.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a lot of fun fights like that. We had a lot of, we ate junk food all the time because you're just traveling. You're just eating what's at the next gas station.
Touring food is
It's
terrible.
burritos and ding dongs and Twinkies.
Yeah.
It's horrible food for you.
Touring food is awful. Like being on the road, like it's not as glamorous as
gourmet.
what people think. No, it is
No.
definitely not gourmet.
the
Especially,
tour bus is awful, Sean.
I mean,
The
it
tour
can,
bus is awful.
yeah, the tour bus because
Unless you're in the king suite in the very back of the
Right,
bus.
right, yeah.
But if you in the coffins, the
Yeah.
little bunks,
The
like I call them
coffins.
the coffins,
but even so,
Yeah.
it's like
it's terrible.
it's
Yeah.
bad. But
Think about
like,
it. You look up and you can see 6 inches until the fucking
Yes.
roof.
Right.
That's it.
well,
And
I will say though, and I mean, the food can be bad, but some of the best greasy spoons are on the road.
Right.
When it's like 2, 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
and
just hungry.
everybody wakes up on the bus
Yes.
hungry, and you tell the bus driver, "Hey,
We need some food.
stop at the next greasy spoon," and
Yeah.
like it's like in the middle of nowhere,
Right.
but they got the best like egg sandwich. Or
Mateo knows all about
Right.
these
yeah.
foods.
or steak and eggs,
Right.
or like you know what I mean, like pancakes.
And I'm going to say, when-
grits.
yes, crazy stuff. Yeah.
Well, because I think people don't understand is like you guys do a show, the show ends at 11:30.
Yeah.
Rest-
Well, you got to
Restaurants
wait for the bus. The bus drivers need a certain amount of time off
Right.
before they can drive legally. So they don't. The bus call may not be till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And so you're driving through the night to the next city, wherever you're going next, right?
Yeah.
That's the greasy spot you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you're hungry.
they're
and
awesome.
You're just ready for
Yeah.
anything.
At 2 in, you get some grits with some hot butter
Yeah.
and like
It's over.
It's a
Yeah.
wrap,
Yeah.
and you sleep so good.
Right.
With a stomach ache.
Oh, with a
Yeah.
stomach ache, boy. But yeah, you farting a little bit, but
And
it's
you can't shit on the bus. There is a bathroom.
right.
But
You're not
everybody
gonna
knows
do
the
that.
rules.
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
not
yeah.
shit on the
yeah,
bus.
you can't number 2 on the bus.
You can't do it. Yes,
Yeah.
there's a
But
toilet. But
I
not
will
for
say
that.
though, when we come from a family that struggled, so part of the success when people would say, "What was it like?" and we used to say, "Oh man, we get room service." Like the food was like amazing to us because
Right,
you
right.
struggle so much, and we would just be happy to be like, "We're eating at restaurants.
Yeah.
We're eating, like
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I
you
mean,
just appreciate that
when you come from the hood like us,
Yeah,
that's kind of
yeah.
a step up until
Yes.
you learn.
except for those midnight runs where
Yes.
you got to get to the next.
Now, this question Actually, a few of these questions were given to me by Mika Wolfgram.
Oh, okay, my brother.
Okay, your brother. This one was the one I was most curious about. And he just wrote this. He said, the Jets or the Judds?
Oh, okay.
Like, what does that mean exactly?
We warmed up for Kenny Rogers, our first time to Hawaii, because we were Polynesian, but we'd never been to the islands.
Okay.
So we get this call that we're going to warm up for Kenny Rogers. And we're thinking, all right, like, the genre of music is different, but okay, we're going to Hawaii. We get there, we're ready for sound check. We walk out, and there is one mic stand, a guitar, and a stool. Like 2 mic stands. And we're just like, hi, we're here to sound check. And they're like, are you guys the Judds? And we're like, the Judds, we're the Jets. And they had made a miscommunication.
My God. So they thought
they were, which makes more sense. Kenny Rogers and the Judds.
Right.
That makes way more sense than Kenny Rogers and the Jets.
So what happened? Like, did you perform?
What happened was we went through with it. They found all the backline we needed for the show.
Nice.
And we're all Polynesian, so the crowd was warm. They were happy to see our family group up there. But yeah, we got mistaken for the Judds.
I guess that makes. Yeah, I guess you can make that mistake.
I'm keeping a running tally, Shawn.
I don't know if it was
BB
just
King. We got Tina Turner now. Kenny
Rogers.
Okay, I'm gonna take notes. Over
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
mind you, they didn't have emails or so maybe they did get that wrong when they're on the phone. The Judds and the Jets, but the 2 mics with the guitar that's not the same. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
So, anyway, that's funny. He said that.
That makes because I said because that's all he wrote. He said the Jets or the Judds, and I was saying like, I don't get it. So I had to ask you that. But that's an honest mistake. But that worked out in your favor.
Worked out. We had a great time. Kenny Rogers is amazing. My mother was a big Kenny Rogers fan. So
yeah, that's awesome. Now, some noteworthy hip hop artists actually sampled some of you guys' songs. Am I right? Like, I want to say it was Bow Wow.
Oh, okay.
And because again, this is some questions from Mika.
From Mika.
So there was Bow Wow, and it was another rapper that actually took samples from you guys. I think it was You Got It All.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This news to you too.
News to me. I'm just thinking about we were on when we first came out as the Jets. They put us on the Fresh Fest, and we were on with the Fat Boys and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, and then there's the Jets. And when we got on that tour, there was at least 10 other groups. There was a Joski Love, and
oh wow,
it was all hip hop.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yes. And then it was the Jets. So our first few shows with the Fresh Fest, we got booed off. They were like, we're not here to wait.
Are you serious?
They didn't know who we were. They were thinking they want rap. So our first few shows on the Fresh Fest, it was a little tough because we were the only band. Everybody else was our rap groups.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, Curiosity had made it to number 9 on the R&B charts.
Yeah.
We were on, BET music videos and stuff. So then they were like, this is that group.
Yeah.
So,
it's amazing how like that makes a difference because your music was just as it correlated with hip hop. Like that was the same type of style that pop lockers were dancing to. So like Curiosity and like, it had some singing, but we all dance to it and we all vibe.
We're good friends with a lot of rap groups now. We get on the road with Rob Bass and
that's awesome.
Yeah, he always says, man, back in the day you had to be hardcore, but man, Make It Real is my jam. But our friends would be around, but you want to change it? Well, you can change the channel if you want. They keep Make It Real on.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it was almost taboo to like if you're a hip hop artist, listen to R&B. Well, I mean, if you cool with keeping it on there, I'll it's fine with me. And they sit there like,
yeah.
I mean? Like I love that era because of the mixture, the blend.
Yeah.
Like movies like Crush Groove and Breakin' and stuff like that. They incorporated, they did hip hop, but they incorporated a lot of R&B music and even like the Last Dragon and
Oh yeah, that's one of our favorites.
All of
our
those,
kids, we play that all the time.
Yeah, all of those movies correlated all of those both genres of music because they all connected. They all came from the same, I guess you could say, base.
Right.
So for you to get booed, I guess because they didn't recognize you, but like
no.
you.
I mean, we just laugh about that. People don't know who you are. You got to do your time before you get some respect, and so we learned.
you guys have earned it. And now you guys are touring. I just recently saw you guys just finished a tour with Lisa.
Yeah. It's her 40th for Take You Home. That's her hit single.
Mhm.
And she was so kind to she wanted to pick her wish list of artists that she loved working with.
Yeah.
And she popped the Jets on there with a bunch of other groups that she loved to work with. So
Man,
we've had fun. It just doesn't feel like it's 40 because I don't feel that old.
yeah.
But then again, I was only 10, so come on. I'm
right.
not that.
Right. You did start at a very,
right,
very
we're really
early
young,
age.
but we've been having fun because people reminisce. They listen and they're like, they remember.
And what's funny is that if you notice, a lot of the modern day music takes bits and pieces from 80s music. Like the drums, the snares, the synths, all that other stuff. Like it's actually made a resurgence.
Yeah.
Where
it really is unique. I always tell people the 80s was the last original era of music and fashion.
yeah.
They really had their own thing going on.
Yeah.
And now they're biting from, I mean, I love Bruno. Bruno Mars is, he's a fan of the 80s. He loves old school music.
Yes.
Everything he does is just regurgitated with his own feel.
It is.
But it's that old school feel.
Even down to the clothes he wears, like the rings, the gold chains, some, the nylon sweatsuits sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, it was a great time for music and it bred guys like me and my guys that listen to it constantly. And again, being inspired, watching kids like me on stage or on video shows like yourselves to moving and dancing and singing songs that I would have loved to have sung as a kid.
Right.
Again, it inspired me. It made me go, wow.
That means a lot because my kids are huge Boyz II Men fans and they love your music. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Again, it came from the same well. Like just hearing you guys and made me want to write or try to write a You Got It All or something like that or something funky or whatever. So I guess one hand washes the other. Now, what's the difference between performing back then and now?
40 years. You appreciate it more. When you're 11 and 12, everything's going by so fast. And you want to be a kid. You don't get to go to high school. You're just with your siblings.
Yeah.
You kind of miss out. You're thinking, I missed out on a lot of stuff. When you're 40, when you've reached 40 years and you have 6 kids, and then you realize, man, I went places that not every 12-year-old went to. I traveled a lot of different places. So when we sing today, you just appreciate it.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more appreciation. And I think you develop as a singer. You sing different than you did before. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody. You're just singing from the heart.
Because you don't have to.
Yeah, you just are grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, the comfort of being in a well-known band or group is that I don't have to prove anything. I can just be myself. And because you've made that connection with people years ago, they accept that. They love that. Matter of fact, it's a better experience because you're showing your human side. That's why people see live shows, or else they can just stay home and listen to the record.
They can appreciate that.
But to see you sing it and to see how you sing it, and although people are rekindling old memories from when they first heard that song, they're enjoying what you're doing now. And they're making it more, they're appreciating it even more.
And we're feeling the same way. Most of the time I'm home with my 6 kids. I'm a taxi driver. I'm the cook.
Yeah, sure.
I'm the chauffeur.
Sure.
We just appreciate it. I run away on the weekend and play with my siblings.
Yeah.
We just say, hey, how's so-and-so? We get together. It's not even work.
Yeah.
We're just so happy to be together, get on stage, do a show, and then we're back. I live in Hawaii. I've got siblings in Vegas, California, Utah.
Wow.
So whenever we get together, it's really like, we're like best friends. We're all adults. Yeah. So.
That's awesome. Now, are you the only one with 6 kids? Is everybody like, does everybody have like a full house of children?
No, I'm probably the smaller one. So I got 6. Elizabeth has 7. And my brother Heine is the bass player. He sang the song "Rocket to You."
Yeah.
He's the father of 14. One mother, one father. He has 10 girls and 4 boys.
Do you know all their names?
I don't know all their names. I got to think about it, man. I mean,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
My parents, we just calculated at our last reunion, they've got 78 grandchildren and about 18 great grandchildren. And yeah, it's crazy. We can't get together unless it's in a church or at a park. because there's just no room for us. But
You say
Yeah.
78?
78 grandchildren, and I'm pretty sure it's gotten to be more. There's a few that are pregnant, but yeah, I have 6, but mine is average.
Have you met them all?
Right.
Oh
Have
yeah,
you met
yeah.
them?
Yes, we are close. We are very close.
That's the one thing about your culture. It's all
Yeah.
about family.
100%.
All about family.
You
That's
got
the
good
one
food.
thing.
You get the family is going to come together.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty close.
Wow. 78.
Well, 19 kids from grandma.
Right.
I guess it is,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah. Everyone's
Yeah.
averaging 6, 7. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I have a little sister who's on her 9th and another sister who's about to have her 7th. And we sing together. So yeah, family is just like a thing. People think it's crazy. I'm like, man, it's just a normal thing for us.
With all those kids,
Yeah.
are you going to make like 3 more factions of the jets?
Oh my
like maybe
gosh.
Jets 1, Jet
That's
2,
what I'm saying.
private jet, like,
Jumbo jet.
jumbo
Yeah,
jet,
yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? 747.
Right. Yeah,
Jumbo jet would be great.
That's so funny. Yeah, my brother with the 14, his kids have a group called 13 Crowns, and they are great musicians.
Wow.
I've got a son who's a DJ, and they mix. My husband's a DJ, so. But a lot of them they're artistic in their own way. I mean,
Yeah.
we grew up on the
That's
road.
amazing.
We weren't very ordinary type home. We were gypsy kids,
Yeah.
traveling all the time. So
Yeah.
Are the Common Kings Samoan or Tongan?
they're a mix, but I
They're a
think
mix.
I think they're mostly Samoan.
Do you know
There's
the
a few
Common Kings,
Tongans.
Shawn?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always play out in Orange County.
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're a really good band. And it's funny because I was talking to them for a little while because we were trying to get something together. I wanted to do some music with them.
Oh, wow.
And somehow we kind of lost contact. But, if Common Kings, if you guys are
You're listening
watching
in.
this or listening in,
Right.
holla at your boy.
Hit my line.
Yeah, hit my
Right.
line. Now, you've experienced a lot
Mhm.
as an artist, bandmate. Are there any things that during this journey that you wish you would have done different?
Oh gosh, there's always the good and bad with it. I think the one challenge that I think a lot of artists have is setting yourself up for when the fame and the glory goes away. And our family struggled a lot after every group, record companies, they're just looking for the new thing.
Mhm.
We were at the end of our career and had, mind you, the Jets came out in 85. By 90, they were like, man, we need a new group up in here because it's a whole new, I think the new Jack Swing was coming in. There was grunge.
yes.
So they just were ready to move on. And we weren't prepared for that. Our parents, we were homeschooled. So I think it was the struggle after. We were dropped from our record company. We went through a bankruptcy. And then we were back doing casinos and bars and nightclubs. And it was a very challenging time to be performing so much everywhere and then just hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
So I would say the big regret I have is if you're an entertainer, love what you do and prepare to love it even when there's no fame, even when there's no money coming around. Learn to, we struggled a lot after that. We went back to Minneapolis, had to figure out our lives. And then a lot of us, the band just disbanded and said, we got to just, move on.
Yeah.
It's always, like right before we had gotten dropped from our record company, we were in Massachusetts and there was a new band that was just dying to get, can we warm up for anybody? And so we met these guys and they were like, hi, we're the new kids on the block. We're so thankful. We're going to do a few shows. We're warming up for you guys. So happy to meet them. 6 months later, they are bigger than life, untouchable.
Still touring.
Yeah.
And
Still touring.
yes, and they were awesome. But it was like, hey, remember us?
Right.
Can we warm up for you now?
Right. Wow.
But yeah, you just learn that the industry is fickle.
Yeah, it is.
And you can't be that artist that sleeps with the producer just to get your way. You got to be thick-skinned. You got to love what you do, and then you got to walk away from it when it's time to walk away. And the greatest thing that came from it was our faith. Our faith kept us. And we went through some tough times where we split up with each other and we had to learn to be a family again, which is why I wear my family shirt.
Yeah.
Because there's a
I love
meaning
that.
behind this. For us, it means forget about me, I love you.
Oh.
And so we've had to learn.
beautiful acronym.
Yeah, we had to learn to put the family first.
Yeah.
We put Jets on the sleeve and we become a family.
Yeah.
And that has given us the greatest joy. Is it when we do shows today, we're like, sure, we'll do a show. but I'll see you at the next barbecue. We're going to see you at the next
How about
family
that?
thing.
It's
And-
that balance.
Right. And, you're not going to always have that fame. And the fame isn't really it's always what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's really, there's got to be more to your life than that.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
yeah. So
And-
that's the thing we've learned, the regret and the lesson we learned from it.
And you can tell because, like I said, doing the research before this conversation,
Yeah.
just watching the videos of you guys performing, and you can still see the happiness,
Yeah.
which is awesome. I have one
Yes.
last question.
Sure.
Name a favorite restaurant of yours.
Jeez. Right out the
What
bat.
island do you live on?
I live on Oahu, North Shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a place you like to eat.
Twin Dragon. I'm thinking of it because we want to go to Twin Dragon here right down in West Hollywood.
Okay, Twin Dragon. So you're in Twin Dragon.
Right.
You're having yourself a meal. This time you're not with your family. You're by yourself. You're having a moment of zen.
Okay.
You're having some food. You're
Right.
noshing, and you look out. You see the entryway, and in walks a younger Moana. She's been looking for you.
Oh my gosh.
She was trying to figure out what to expect in the future, what jewels that you can give her to make sure she stays on the right path. So she sits across from you with open eyes and just eager ears. What would the older Moana say to the younger Moana? What advice
Wow.
would you give her?
That's a tough one. You put me right on the spot. But I do have girls, so I'm thinking about my girls.
Okay.
I think in this crazy world, you got to love yourself. You got to have some type of anchor. And then you got to follow your passion. Man, don't let go of all your first ride or die people because they keep you grounded and they tell you the truth. And that you're enough. You are enough.
Yeah.
Enough said. And on that note, folks, thank you so much. And thank all of you guys for the love and for viewing us. Make sure that you like and subscribe and all of the good stuff. Oh,
for sure.
I was going to ask.
I got you.
I was not going to be greedy.
I got you
Put that
2
on the
shirts
floor.
that say family and just a little thank you.
So
yeah, you remember you're part of our
awesome.
family, okay?
Thank you to the whole family, the Wolf Graham family. Thank you, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Again, this has been another great episode. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey, y'all, and that was on that note. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, here's a couple more videos for you to check out. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.